ceiling of each map. You know, Pharah, really good pick on a lot of them, except for Control Center, which is the one indoor map. And, well, take a look at that. It's going to be the one that we're actually playing on first.
However, it will swap out for something else. The
True.
character Mei will be very useful here because of her ice wall to shut off doors like the one you just saw.
Yeah. And just to get these teams set here, WSU in the blue, Seattle University in the red.
It is reversed.
Yeah.
Seattle is in blue.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I had this written wrong here in my notes. That's my bad. Extra letter.
There you go.
That's
WSU will be in red.
Oh, okay, Clover. He's really just showing off his pirouettes there. Oh,
he's doing that.
The whole
They're all
team's
doing it in
getting
full
here.
armor. It's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, Reinhardt. He's a big guy. You know, you'd be surprised how light he is on his feet.
And you will know that not only is GOATS being run on both teams, but as I mentioned, you'll have Mei being run by WSU.
Yeah. All right, so.
Ahi going out immediately. Want to take that front
Yeah,
grab.
very aggressive here. And very aggressive positioning, but Raiden can use his walls here to cut them off. So you see it like that, cuts off our camera as well, even. And that's the strength of it. So you see it right off the bat. They cut off the team, they cut off the supports from the tanks, and then they just sweep through the rest of them.
Being able to control a map like that, being able to create physical barriers like that almost nothing can shoot through, can be frightening.
Oh yeah.
If you suddenly are cut off from your healing and you've got the entire team ahead of you, you're done. You're gone.
Yeah. And now just take a look at this positioning, right? WSU are holding inside this door, and this door is so hard to break through because it's so tight, and especially against GOATS, right? You'll take so much damage just walking through, and you can get cut off like that too with the wall here. But now, this is actually the best chance for Seattle to push in because nobody got cut off.
Oh, Lucio's caught on the wrong side. He's gone.
Marte Road goes down, but the
and
shatter
taking off side.
Massive. 5 members knocked down, and they will indeed be able to rally off the back of that one. Ahi coming up big with that.
And that was all timing, right? Like, he slammed down while the shield of the enemy Reinhardt was still up.
Yeah.
He just anticipated that he would drop the shield in time, and sure enough, he did. It's a dangerous gamble, but if it works, no one's prepared.
And that's what you just saw right there, and that allows, you know, Seattle University to get in here, get some percentage on the point. Balak is cut off, though. Has to get out of there, but goes down to Raiden. Shatter out from Clover, doesn't quite find anything, and he's looking for the charge kill there onto Ahi, but Muffin still holding on to this Graviton Surge, looking for an opportunity to toss this down and just clean up the fight off of that one. But WSU has used a lot of their ultimates in this fight, and there we go. There's the Graviton Surge. They use, the Shatter, they use the Blizzard in that fight, and they use the Graviton here to clean it up. But is it an overinvestment?
It might be, but at the same time, you'll note, or rather will note, seeing in the group stage, one of the biggest struggles of WSU was to put down fights quickly.
Yeah.
It just did not happen. You'd have one teammate of the enemy team lingering, and then their entire team would return. Using that extra ultimate gives them some breathing space, and they can bring back their ultimates in time. You'll note that almost Clover has his ultimate again already.
To start things off, and 2
the slam, there it is!
Oh man, Clover, everybody's caught in that tight room, and he finds a great shatter to just allow WSU to continue to hold this. They've got 60% and counting on the point.
And you'll note that Clover responded to Ahi's timing with timing of his own. He pulled the exact same move. I can do this too.
Yeah. And once again, WSU has taken position here on the inside of the door. And they've sent Muffin up top, right, to be a little bit of a scout, so they know where Seattle is going to try and approach from. But the beat comes in.
Oh, blocked by Mei!
Blocked off by the wall. And now the Blizzard comes in the back as well. Everybody's frozen up. And this is the perfect opportunity for WSU. You love to see this if you are them. Everybody caught in that tight room, just standing still, and they will get wiped out.
And you'll note, 95%. I don't think anybody's returning in time.
No. I mean, maybe the Lucio Super Pie here trying to sneak in.
No,
on the
not
side,
with that Mei wall in the way.
Yeah, not with that Mei wall, not with that shatter. So, first map goes to WSU. So now, it's up to Seattle. Can they bounce back on this next one, or will they give this first map up to WSU?
I will say that the Mei wall is brutal to fight against sometimes, especially a good one. Raid is more than enough of a challenge on Mei. And what is this? We've got some fun toys coming out of WCU's side.
Yeah. Triple DPS composition. I'm wondering if they're going to stay on this Torbjorn, actually.
Yeah, I say, they might swap off. They could be joking around here.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
But at the same time.
yeah, Seattle University, they're just opting for the good old Winston Goats, or the Floats, as it is called by many. Okay, they're staying on the Torbjorn. So WSU, I'm really interested to see how they're going to use this Torbjorn on control.
I was going to say, they're kind of swapping in the 4th DPS that's traditionally in the slot for Muerte on Zen, which has jokingly been called DPS before,
Yeah.
and it can be. It certainly can be sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, names like Jonak, right, in the Overwatch League come to mind in terms of DPS Zenyatta's there. But Super Pie taking a lot of damage right off the bat here from Singer on the Sphera, just applying so much pressure. And I mean, you're looking at his ultimate charge. He's at 97%. One more rocket, and he's got his barrage in this first fight before the point has even been captured here. But the Nenobus comes out. Oh, it's the Neno Lucio. The Boostio is out on the field. That is not quite the value that Seattle University wanted there. Well, WSU will come out of this fight with the win.
And 100%, the biggest MVP of that fight was just the constant rockets coming out of Farah.
With the triple torpedo. a little bit spicy.
He needs to clean it up. They got to clean it up on the WSU side.
Precisely, exactly.
But the amount of rockets coming out of Aloe uncontested during that fight down that one choke point, 100% won them that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just the amount of damage and pressure coming out hurts a lot.
It does. And now WSU, they're sitting on so many of their ultimates. They did not even have to use any in that last fight. And I mean, just watching Seattle here, they're taking so much damage walking in, just like a final, right? He's getting healed back up now, but that's a lot of resources that are dumped into him. And those abilities are then going to be on cooldown. And when they're on cooldown, it's going to be a lot harder to engage without waiting and burning even more time off the clock. And Singer here.
Watch for the
barrage.
barrage. There it is!
Oh boy! And they get the Molten Core as well. And just Seattle University are stuck between a rock and a hard place. And they will not be able to come in and win this fight. So, mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Something like that. It's being a real rough time for Seattle to break through this shot. And I feel like a good part of it is that target prioritization, right? Like,
right.
I don't think I've seen Aloe die yet.
No, I don't think he has. Even if he has died, right? You have Lansky there just sitting around waiting to res him back up on the Mercy. I mean, speaking of Lansky, he's got the Valkyrie for this next fight. Oh, and the stick from Muffin.
Didn't quite kill though.
It was on final, I believe, so he was able to just tank the most of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and also,
man.
These stolen kill and Anna.
Almost a boop.
Almost.
Clover, but he responds actually. He finds Lansky there. So this is big actually. It's a 5v5 fight on the point right now for the time being, and Lansky going down to mid Valkyrie. So that ultimate will get no value here. This is the fight that Seattle University can win, as he gets another pick here, but Muffin Defile comes back in, finds Balak, and he's not done yet. His killing spree is not over as Final is taken out of this fight, but 2 picks come back in for Seattle. It's not enough, however. There's just 1 member left on the point, and Singer will put him out of his misery. Can Super Pie touch? Nope. So that's going to be WSU taking Nepal, not Nepal, rather, Lijiang, 2-0. So they put themselves in match point situation here. All they need to do is win this next map, and they will guarantee themselves that 3rd place game against UW.
And it's going to be a tough match regardless. I will note that, seriously, the amount
of...
that
shatter.
Oh!
That was really
again.
Perfect timing.
Mwah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I will note that the amount of DPS coming out of that... again, it's a 3 DPS comp. You expect it, but the amount of DPS uncontested that was coming out of WSU from Muff and from Aloe, there's a lot coming out there. And if you can't deal with that harassment, then you have nothing. Like, it's just damage after damage after damage. You have to keep on pouring out resources into your tanks to keep on healing them until you have no more left, and that's when that team comp pounces.
Right. Because, I mean, Goats, right? It's really good at just staying together and keeping everybody alive, but it's because they have those resources, right? They have to amp it up from the Lucio. They have Armor Pack. They have Transcendence, or, Orb of Harmony. You just toss that on them. But when you are forced to burn those resources really early in those fights, what happens is you don't have them for the actual fight. And if a team is good and they play aggressive, then they will notice, right, that they made you burn those resources, and then they will get aggressive on you there, and you really have nothing to counteract that. You have no healing.
Yeah. Biggest What's the advice you would want to give in this scenario? What does Seattle need to do to turn this around? Because they do have their backs against the wall here. What
They
needs to
do.
happen?
And that's a tough question. And in all honesty, I don't know if I can give you a 100% answer, but I would say just play around Ahi more. Try to enable Ahi as much as possible, because we've seen what that guy can do, right? With that insane shatter on Control Center that allowed
Absolutely.
Seattle to come back in it. So I just play around Ahi. I try to enable him, let him make plays as much as possible.
Yeah, give him as much ultra charge as possible. And obviously that 3 DPS comp did not make it easy for Ahi to do what he
No,
wanted
did not.
either. The thing I would say is not only do they need to focus down targets, a big thing that they're going to need to do is not only protect their Lucio, but use them to get to those key targets that need to go down in those team fights as quick as possible.
I mean, that's something we saw a lot in UW versus Western, right? Is that the Lucios on both sides uh, were really just doing their best and getting in there, booping the Reinhardt into their team. That's a lot of times why we saw the main tank of UW die, is because he was booped into Western, and they just had great target focus and were able to take him out.
We're going to have ourselves a tournament first and go to Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Okay.
This is not something we've gotten to see yet, though I am pleased. I like the map personally.
Yeah, watch Point Gibraltar. Very fun map.
I would say
Uh,
it also enables other things too, doesn't it?
it does, yeah. A lot of dive on this map is usually what we will see. But interestingly enough, Seattle University just offered this ghost composition, and once again, Western here, they are running this quad DPS. No, still triple DPS.
Yeah, they like having not a single healer, because it can be pretty brutal with only one. If that healer
Can
goes
be.
down, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, you do have the healers you want,
Mhm.
and you also have some pretty brutal DPS coming out.
Right. Eyes on Raiden, especially on the Sombra. That's going to be big source of just how they're going to be able to find this. Because, right, Sombra against Goats, if she can build up her EMP, that is almost a guaranteed fight win for you.
Because the entire thing revolves around using your resources, your abilities.
Exactly.
If you have no resources, you are dead.
Exactly.
Sombra EMP or no.
Now we're just watching here. WSU, great positioning for them, right? They're running these DPS for a reason, because they can take advantage of this high ground, rain damage down. You're seeing Ahi get hacked right off the back, which is a huge hack, actually, because that denies them a lot of, that shield. You need that. And now
Clover
you see the
playing
dive in from the
dangerous.
back here. The engagement almost got the pick there onto Balak. Was really close. Now you're going to see Overwatch dead. Get hacked there.
It's a dangerous game. Playing with DPS on this high ground, having to walk into it as goats. Walking down to that tunnel is not healthy in the slightest, and you'll note the switch.
Yeah, he swaps over onto the Winston. Now he can contest that high ground with the D.Va here. So this will be a lot more in favor of Seattle. But of course, since they did lose that first fight, WSU, they have a lot more ultimate charge, should I say? I mean, you're just looking here, right, Muffin? Very, very close to that tack visor, which could be a big game changer here. As now Seattle University with the engage, they're gonna nano boost. He's moving in here. Alo Singer jumping up onto the high ground, but you've got Raiden in the backline, and he gets the hack onto the Zarya there. But he finds that first pick onto Alo Singer. This is what we wanted to see, right, enabling him. But Muffin Defile is gonna strike right back there with it, the tactical visor, finding Lambda there, mines over the top of Clover, but he's getting knocked all around. He's gonna be able to stay alive, and it doesn't matter that he found that pick at Alo Singer, because Muerte Rhoda is there to bring him back from the dead. So WSU will continue to hold strong here in the payload. It's just been stopped for a long time, but they were able to get a little bit of progress in that fight just down below.
Where's Clover looking for here? He's in danger.
Yeah, he is. He's able to get out. His supports did a great job of keeping him up there.
Yeah, but now you've got a two-pronged sort of thing, right? It's a bit dangerous because Clover can come down the back at any time.
Oh, EMP, here we
it.
go, here we go.
EMP
takes 3 members, and they're going to start right off the bat with that pick onto Lambda, and they just follow it up. This is how you want to play off the back of those EMPs, right? It's just enable your DPS, get them in angles where they can capitalize on these, and he's actually going to get the nano boost as well. Great stuff here from WSU, and they're going to get the stagger onto final as well.
Surprise! That was a hardy baby D.Va, I was pretty sure.
Yeah. Tank that Helix rocket.
Yeah, and taking a look at this, they do have all of their support ultimates. They may not have the ultimates that they had they have before, but support ultimates can win if used carefully.
Man.
Not if you die before the fart beginnings, though.
Yeah, Super Pie just catches a Helix Rocket to the face. And, well, that's just about the worst way to start off a fight.
Yeah, you're backing off immediately. You're not taking this. This is not the time.
Yeah, you do not want to fight that. Well, minute left on the clock here. Seattle, they got to make something work, and they got to make something work soon because they are rapidly running out of time. But the mines are going to come in here from Clover as he gets aggressive, looking for some kills here. And you're just watching Muffin's positioning here all the way in the back. He has eyes all on the payload, so he can, of course, just use that tactical visor when they run in. Because it's Winston, right? They have a less consistent shield. If they burst that down, there is nothing to block them. But Clover's so very low, and actually Raiden's going to be the first one to die here. So no Sombra, and Lambda finishes off Clover there.
That's
this is
three
huge here
gone.
for Seattle. This is exactly what they needed. He jumping up, but he can't quite make it. Has to fall back down here. Tactical visor from Muffindale. This is what we were talking about. But the payload makes it on its way to the second choke. So this match is not quite over yet. 2 minutes and 50 seconds for Seattle University.
Dragon Strike. You think that was just to make room?
Yeah, he's swapping off here. All those singers got to be swapping. You see Muffin moves over onto, yep, over to Goats. When in doubt, Goats it out.
It's true. And they're going for the mirror comp too. None of this other Ryan stuff. It's full mirror.
And this is pretty much what you need to do, especially on a point like this, right? It's all about control of the spaceship that they're on right now. And Ahi, well, cannot take control of it for the time being. And you want to take control of that because of its positioning. You can jump anywhere in the second point if you take control of that. But now here comes the engage, and the Graviton Surge eaten up by Muffin, who then follows it up with a kill onto Lambda. However, double kill comes right back through for Seattle University. They are not quite out of this fight yet. And Langsy gets booped by Ahi there. That's a beautiful Primal Rage to deny the Biotic Grenade from him to keep him out of this fight. And this is going to be another fight for Seattle University here. They take it in one, and this is exactly what they needed as they roll into third point to get more time on the board, because they were running out of it fast, and it all came down to final. Or
Don't count them out of it yet. They're starting to turn around here.
Actually, they are. They're trying to do so, but they're just going to drop 2 members right off the bat, so WSU will not be able to hold on this time, but they do bait out the beat here from Super Pie. That, in my opinion, is an overinvestment.
And I'm not sure, speaking of overinvestments, I'm not sure about the Primal Rage. Do you think they were just trying to buy more time to try to get more off the clock?
Maybe seeing if they could get members back in time, but not going to happen this time. And Clover makes the swap over the Reinhardt. This is big because Reinhardt is a lot better on this third point, right? Because you have corners to play around now for the first time in this map.
They do, and not only that, they're swapping everything back to what they won with originally. They want this win. I feel it's almost as if they're done playing around a little bit.
That's big. Clover taken down right away.
Takes Clover. That's dangerous.
Yeah, Ahi here with yet another Primal Rage, looking to find more with this one. And Seattle University, seems that they found some momentum here. They're holding on to this momentum. Indeed, Graviton Surge in as Ahi finds Langsky right before that gets tossed down. And they don't have a beat to counteract that. The bomb is going to wipe out Finals Mechs, though. So Seattle University losing a little bit of their resources here, but it doesn't matter. They are able to find the picks, but Ahi drops down here too. Raiden, who is extremely high energy. They need to take care of the Zarya, and they do just that. Lambda finds him with the headshot. Just really Muffin Defile left here on the point. The reinforcements are arriving, but they are quickly and swiftly dealt with here by the high charge Zarya. You're just seeing him melt through member after member, and this is what happens when you let this high charge Zarya run wild.
And they're going to keep trickling, and yeah, there's Lansky with his Transcendence. He's going to have to pop it to buy some times. At this time, I feel like their best scenario here is to bait out overtime.
Yeah, the beat's going to come in here from Super Pie. Oh, but he dies before he can cast it. This is WSU's fight. They turn it around just like that because of that pick. That's huge.
Or they might just keep it to 2. It's a, and as you'll know, and you'll know this a lot. Things can change. The fights can change. The entire match can change at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. Oh boy. So 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. Kind of approaching last fight territory. Ahi's staying on this Winston. He is close to the Primal Rage, but at what point?
I mean, Ahi's been making that Primal Rage work really well.
So I assume they're just trying to make it work here as he dives onto Lansky in the background looking for that kill. Yeah, they want him out of the fight as soon as possible. He doesn't actually have that corner. Can he no! Oh my goodness! Ahi, the madman, catches 2. Oh, and that is a way to start off a fight indeed, but Raiden responds with another kill onto Baylak, and every kill for WSU means a lot more because their spawns are so close. Seattle cannot afford to drop members here, but the Graviton Surge to sweep things up under the rug. It's just Raiden left on the point, and he's not going to be able to touch in time. There you go. Seattle University, they are still in it. They get it all the way through. So now it's up to WSU. What can they do on attack?
Well, they can do a lot of things, because here's the thing. They didn't actually force out the overtime. Like I mentioned, that's kind of what they wanted.
Yeah.
But it's not what they got, which means that even if they make it to the third point here, we're still going to be falling into overtime. And I highly suspect that that's where this is going to go. The matter is, what can get them through the fastest? It's I feel like in this scenario, especially from what we've seen in the group stage, it's not a matter of do they make it to the third point. Both teams are well matched enough to where both will likely make it, at least on the offensive side.
Right.
It will be how much time is left. They need over a minute. That's their win condition.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
no!
This is a little bit spicy. This is a little bit spicy here that we're seeing.
That's just a little bit different, huh?
Yeah.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, running this bunker. Really interesting. They're going to set up on the payload, of course.
This will be the first time we see Baptiste on the field as well, the new hero. Baptiste has some new abilities, got an AoE heal, but his important bit is that he's got an immortality field. Yes, he can prevent death completely, at least while his little disc is up. And in a comp like this, where literally everyone is sitting within the same 5 meters, sticking together like that can be absolutely brutal.
All right, just watching Raiden here as he gets set up behind that Orisa shield. And they have so much shield pressure here with this composition, right? Because Raiden with his 300 shots of the Bastion, that will melt through your health bars quickly. But on top of that, right, you have Clover with his own gun. And then you have Lansky there with the damage boost. You just have so much pressure on the shields, right? Ahi, his shield's on a cooldown, right? It's not like Reinhardt's, and he has a lot less health in his shield as well. So it'll just get bursted down almost instantly here. Both bubbles using the Zarya so very low. What can Raiden find? Yeah, it's the immortality field that does it. See, nobody even drops low at all. All of WSU sticking together very well, and they just throw themselves into the gaping maw of the Bastion.
Well, you gotta put pressure on the Bastion, right? Like, staying at that mid-range where you generally think, you should probably stick there with that comp. No, you 100% do not want to do that because Bastion will just shred you. Bastion will shred you at close range too, but at least at close range, you have a fighting chance with this setup.
So Ahi makes a good play there. He body blocks Marte Road in, so he's able to find the pick, so that it actually prevents WSU from getting aggressive. And actually Seattle, they're trying to move in here. They use the body grenade to find Raiden there, and of course they did not have the immortality field because, hey, would you look at that, Marte Road was dead as a result of Ahi's play. So Ahi, definitely the clutch player here in this fight, and why Seattle University is able to neutralize, let's say, the momentum.
And again, as you mentioned before even the beginning of this match, enable Ahi. That's what needs to happen.
Exactly. And they're enabling Ahi. And, hey, would you look at that? They're doing a lot better here. But Overwatch, he can't be caught out here. Okay, good. He's able to escape. Gets the armor pack there. So now we're just going to watch and see how WSU is going to try and move into this fight, but they got to deal with Ahi's Primal Rage first of all, and we saw the damage this thing can do on third point, and he is just taking Lansky for a ride here. Can't quite finish him off, but he is extremely low. Final will be able to find the pick from afar. Marte Road, will he be finished off? No. Able to sneak away. Lucio's, frogs, they're very slippery.
And it's just enough of a distraction, like Primal Rage in general, just having a 1,000 health angry monkey flying after you, it's enough to get anyone to back off a little bit. And in that backing off, if your team can follow up, you'll notice 2 people died that Primal Rage was completely unaware of.
Right.
It was just enough of a chink in the armor.
Okay, they're gonna nano boost. Oh, but he gets left. And this is huge for WSU. They need to get aggressive right now, but they get caught in the Graviton Surge from Seattle, and the bomb in the back line.
Oh, and 2 go down.
Final catches 2. And this is perfect for Seattle because of how quickly WSU capped that first point. Now you're seeing them, Seattle University, they have to draw time off the clock, and this is how they're doing it, right? They're just winning these fights one after another, and 3 minutes and 25 seconds is a lot more manageable than what WSU had before.
Absolutely. Getting that first point was relatively easy.
It was a breeze, yeah, for them.
And being able to stop them 3 different times in quick succession, it's a bit of a mind game, too. This isn't going to be easy. You have to work for it.
He builds up his Primal Rage just in the nick of time to save himself from death. He was really low HP, but he still might end up dying here.
Say, they kind of really want him.
But now they've got Clover himself using his own Primal Rage, looking to get aggressive here, and he's knocking Ahi into the wall, keeping him bottled up there. But Super Pie did use his beat there to keep everybody alive. But here we go, because he used the beat. Now they've got no defensive ultimates, they have no Transcendence, so Seattle University really have no choice but to wipe because they just used that beat. This will be WSU finally getting the momentum back in their favor.
Now, it might be just me, but I think WSU found their high-value target.
They did.
You suck a Graviton, the second app of a Primal Rage, and a Self-Destruct on one super smart monkey.
Yeah.
I think they found their target.
Yeah, now he's actually going to swap over onto the Reinhardt here, but they got to deal with the Nano Winston. Oh my goodness. He just gives Langsky a fire strike to the face. That is enough to wipe him out instantly here. The payload very, very close to the third point. However, it's getting a little bit of progress here. Clover doing his best to keep everybody away from that payload, allowing it to get progress here, juggling everybody around, getting the most value out of his Primal Rage, but everyone on Seattle University able to stay alive, stay healthy here. And Finals got a bomb. Overwatch dead coming up very, very soon on this Graviton Surge, so they have the combo available to them. What will they be able to find with it? They toss it in. Final looking for the follow-up here. Bomb right in the midst of it all. It's not going to find anything this time, but he does find Alosinger with the melee himself. So hey, if the bomb doesn't work, he can always just resort to good old-fashioned punches.
And you'll notice Seattle has gotten exactly what they wanted out of this. Look at that time. They've shrank it down from about 5 minutes to 1.
And that is about the time bank that Seattle had moving into third point here too. So even if WSU cap it right now, then they're about even in terms of the time here. And if Seattle can manage to force overtime, that'll be absolutely huge for them.
That's making it a real match, that's for sure.
All right, well, pushing back into this. Raiden with
There's the Graviton, the rally too.
Ahi looking for the Shatter. A lot of ultimates used in this fight. The bomb from Muffin Defile, interestingly enough, does not find anything here, but now we're going to see Clover get the Nano Boost, and this the Reinhardt already does so much damage, right? The 75 damage per swing, and then you toss the Nano Boost on top of that. It is a lot of damage to contend with.
And now they've got just about nothing left. They'll get it in after about 30 seconds, but that's, again, like you said, right where about Seattle was. They've got 2 minutes here.
Oh, bad spawns here for Lambda and Overwatch dead, so if...
Look at this push here.
Collapse on this. Yes, they collapse on it. Now, they've gained so much ground. They can take control of this corner here, and if they do take control of this corner, then that denies a huge fighting spot for Seattle.
It's going to make it a total pain, I'll tell you. It's... Especially if Ray can keep on building up their ultimates. Like, notice, they're so far pushed up here, they can start hitting Seattle on their way out the door.
Right.
So the Lucio on the Seattle side is going to try to make that not happen as much as possible. Speed boost them out, get them there to the fight.
And I mean, just in terms of ultimates, WSU is still on top, but he sneaks that one past the shield.
Didn't get as much as they wanted out of it, though.
4 members knocked down. Can they follow up on it? Huerte Road, everybody's so low, but the rally, because he's knocked down, he was able to pop the rally just before that, is able to keep everybody nice and healthy, except for Clover, who did drop at the bomb over the top, right in the middle. Oh my goodness! That's a 5-man bomb.
No, that's a 6-man. That is the entire team.
That was the whole team.
All in the pocket of Buff.
I think somebody killed them right before, but they would have died to the bomb anyways. Here, Seattle University wiped out utterly and completely.
But they can't get confident. They've got to clean up. They cannot get confident. They got to
clean it up here, exactly. WSU they have to continue to fight this clean. They can't afford to get caught out here by this bomb. Oh, but Final finds Langsky and Lambda gets Huerte Road here. Seattle University might be able to take this one back as they go in for the pile driver. Yes, Final finds Raiden, and they turn it back after that 6K bomb. You see, the thing is, they get the full team wipe, but that just means that everyone comes back together to the point at the same exact time.
Yeah. So while beautiful, a work of art.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the most helpful thing at that point in time.
But it was a joy to see for sure.
And we might see something similar. There's going to be enough ultimate charge here. It's 5 seconds left. This is the fight. This is all there is. Graviton's out.
Even if Seattle loses this, right? They still have more time in the bank here.
There's
but
the Graviton.
Looking to make this the win condition that they will be able to take the cart all the way with, and they do get 2 picks right off the back of it. But Ahi in the back line, spinning around here, looking for kills with his mines, but he's got to watch out for this bomb. Ducks out just in time to avoid it. But WSU still fighting strong on this point. They have all of their members there. They show no signs of slowing down as they pick off the members of Seattle University one by one, get final there. Muffin, though, very low. He has an anti-nade, so he can't afford to go down here. And yeah, Marte Road has to invest the beat to keep him alive. But Nana boosted Ahi is yet another target. And oh, here's a shatter that comes in from Clover. Knocks down 2 members. Overwatch dead, going to be finished off
They need
right
to sweep
off
those
the bat.
mines. The
And
mines are
Ahi
trouble.
with yet another
Mines, take Lansky.
He has them again and again, and he finds 2 kills with them. Ahi might have just clutched things out here for WSU. We might see an even series here. This might go to a map 3. It's all going to depend on whether or not Seattle University can clean up here. They have spawn advantage. They're going to be able to toss the bomb here from final. It doesn't find any members. Clover's able to block it, but now the reinforcements are coming back in here through for WSU. They're getting members back onto the point and back at full strength, but by that same token, so is Seattle University. But no ultimates on the field except for Clover's shatter here, and he's going to be able to knock it down. There are no shields, of course, because Ahi is playing that Hammond, so he is able to find a big shatter in the backline. But Ahi again with the mines. This is insane. In like 2 minutes, he's able to build up 4 of these ultimates. Muffin catches Overwatch dead here, but this is such an even fight we're seeing between these 2 teams. Clover slept on the point, but so is final here. Lansky kind of in a bad position, needs to get back onto the point as soon as possible here. We don't exactly know what's going on, but now we come back into it and we see that Lambda has caught 3 members. Seattle University managed to bring it back from the brink, and we will see a map 3 here. We will see a map 3.
Do you think, right now, in your heart of hearts, do we get 2 upsets in a row in one day? 2 treats.
We very well might see it here. This is crazy stuff. Look at that bomb.
Look at that, it's all gone.
Yeah, Raiden kills final, but it doesn't matter because he would have died to the bomb anyway.
I will point out that Muerte's boop
bomb
up there.
Yeah, that's the enabler. That is 100% the enabler.
That was a beautiful match all around. I'm being
It was.
totally honest. Though, again, you mentioned this at the beginning of the match. I'll say it again. Ahi got his stuff clear. He got what he needed. He got the room he needed. And what was that? 3, 4 sets of mines in
something like
minute,
that.
maybe 2?
It was crazy. He had a lot, to say the least. And they had value, too, because just clearing off the card is so important, allowing your reinforcements to get back in, right? Especially on a point like that where your spawns are so close. Allowing them to get back in and not have to deal with anyone spawn camping is huge. So props to Seattle, honestly. We were expecting them to come in. I mean, they did not win a single map in the group stages, so coming in
to
here,
be fair, it was a best of 1 each time.
That is true.
WSU did win their first match, and now they finally got their second, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think it would have been a different story if it was best of 3 each time?
Could have, yeah.
Maybe.
All right, well, 3rd and final map. It's going to come down to that. Who?
I believe it's a tiebreaker control map, is it not?
I'm not sure, actually.
We will find out
I feel like
very
we should
soon.
know this, but yeah, we will find out very soon. I'll just look at the players here and just look at the map and see what the map is there, and then I'll let you know.
In the meantime, now that WSU is now on the back pedal, what do they need to do? I feel like the answer is just stun Ahi to oblivion, right?
Yeah, right.
Like that's kind of the idea that they're probably looking at here.
If the strategy for Seattle was to enable Ahi as much as possible, then the strategy for WSU has got to be, how can we shut down Ahi as much as possible? And is that to target the supports instead, or is it to target Ahi himself? And a lot of time that's going to come down to the shot caller for WSU.
And they need to be decisive, too.
They do.
It's not just a matter of these are our targets, just go get them. You need to all go for the same target at the same time.
Right.
If you don't, it's all gone. You get a split team, you get divided without even needing the enemy to try to divide you, and the match is over.
And, you know, we kind of talked about that in the group stages because we were watching them. WSU seemed to have a little bit of an issue with their target focus at times. I mean, you mentioned it yourself how they sometimes have issues cleaning up fights and finishing them out. And part of that, right, you got to wonder, is it the shot calling? Is it the target focus?
And
it's tough to say.
At the same time, you have shot calling, right?
Right.
But the players still have to listen to the shot calling, right? It's
exactly.
a team game.
Yeah.
You're going to need everyone to come together at the same time. Both teams, I feel like, yeah, both teams need a momentous effort here to win. It's not easy anymore. It's not the quote-unquote easy match as it was predicted from
Right.
the normal stage.
Hmm.
It's now anybody's game.
It really
UW is in the third place match.
Yeah.
WSU is on their back foot in this match.
Yeah. And of course, whoever does lose this match is actually eliminated, so they will not get a chance beyond this. So both these teams really, it's do or die.
It's do or die for both. This is absolutely all there is. Is the Muerte getting a pep talk?
I believe so. I think so.
I think it's something a little bit more hostile, no?
Yeah. Kings Row. That's going to be our third and final map.
Really? Kings Row tiebreaker. That's
Yeah.
exciting. Bring it all back to, you know, that most beloved map.
It really is, right? Ooh boy. Here we go. Gonna be Seattle starting off on the defense first, and then WSU in the red. Same thing we saw on Control.
Everything should stay roughly the same. I suspect that WSU will definitely hold on to their goats, maybe some variation of it. Seattle probably going to stick exactly to it, exactly what they had before.
Yeah.
No fancy toys, no fancy wrecking balls, mines, anything like that. They're going to keep to the standard array, which they do. The difference on the other side being that we're going to be having Aloe with a Brig, which they don't have on the flip side, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, interesting. They swap it out for... So, I think what they're going for here is a very high healing comp, right? And that's why they have the Zenyatta and the Ana, so they can dump a lot of resources into keeping members alive.
Yeah, and again, it's all about enabling Ahi, right? Like, the speed boost is there to get in places. The Transcendence and the orbs are meant to help damage boost and to keep him alive. You also have Ana, who just pumps healing all day, pumps anti-heal as well. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Raid's going to try to use some ice walls. Oh my goodness!
How does Raiden even find that pick? I don't know. But this Mei is really unconventional here on attack, and it's going to allow them to get their foot in the door in a very, very clean way. And now
you can't even get back in.
Oh, and you look at that final, popped out of his mech and finished off here. That's first point. That just goes to WSU right off the bat.
Talk about an unconventional strategy to hop into this. And clearly it works. Surprise, it's Mei of all things.
Yeah. Man, you love to see that. It makes sense, actually, right, why they're running this Mei. Because on that first point especially, there's a lot of places where you can toss down that wall and split the Ryan from his team because he plays a little bit aggressive, wants to give this Zarya a little bit of charge.
The answer was to split off Ahi, right? And, and WSU has taken that literally.
Yeah. All right, WSU now. They have the payload rolling. They have a lot of time on the clock, by the way, 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
This choke is not fun, though, in this scenario.
Yeah. But Clover does have the shatter to make things work here. And
there it is!
The back line. Oh, yeah. Lots of members knocked down off
Not
of that
quite
one.
what they wanted, though, as far as kills
go.
go.
They can't quite follow up on it. The wall is going to actually split them off to prevent Langsky from getting too far away from the team. So his Transcendence is able to get as much value as possible here. But he goes low, and Clover finds him. And now Graviton Surge tossed onto the point. This will be WSU's fight to win. And they can continue to move this payload here and continue really their dominant streak so far on Kings Row. This is looking good.
Well, it's a mental game, right? Like, suddenly you just come out the door and just kick him in the face. It's scary. Like, they have to immediately, like, take a step back, take a breath, and go in fresh. You can't let those past mistakes bother you, right?
Oh, almost slept there. Baylak almost knocked that one.
That's what those bubbles are for. It saves.
Yeah.
But now, he and crew are coming back. And they're going to have to split off the team again. Oh, a Frost behind!
The backline, Baylak is caught into it. Can he be able to stay alive? Can he tank it? No, he can't is the answer. And the support line has just fallen apart, all on the back of Raiden, able to get the sneaky Blizzard in the backline. And final, he's just like, well, I'm out of here. I got to reset.
That just assassination from Raiden, just jumping down, Blizzard, surprise.
Oh, and he slept here.
But he slept, though.
He
needs to take a nap after all that. He had a lot of physical.
In that last fight.
But look how far they are up here. They're basically at final point already. It's just the cart hasn't caught up yet.
Exactly, and this is what you need to do. You need to get up there and play aggressive because even if Seattle University engages right now, they're fighting this fight and the payload is still moving the whole time. Right, and now I guess not as much because they do back up a little bit, but the payload, look how much progress it's gotten, right? It's
and there's the wall, they caught him again! Shatter buys some time!
Aloe Singer knocked down, the counter shatter comes in from Clover, but it doesn't quite find as much, but Lanxi and Aloe Singer were the first 2 picks of this fight. Bomb in the backline, everyone's able to tank that one, however, Lambda finds Marte Road here. Another Blizzard from Raiden, looking to end out this fight, and it is going to do just that. Finals left on the cart, looking for the contestant. He can't survive for quite long there. Muffin is going to be able to counteract them. So this is last fight territory. WSU, they can win this one right here, right now. Can anyone
starting to run out of time. They need to get out there quick.
It's going to be Ahi as he sneaks in here from the side, but he gets blocked.
The wall!
No, it's not going to happen. The wall from Raiden blocks him off. And what a time bank for WSU.
That's like 5 minutes, isn't it?
They have something like that, something crazy.
That time went up.
Regardless,
that time went
up.
Went
up. Exactly. So that is absolutely great for them. That shows how cleanly they rolled through this, right? There was that one fight that they ended up losing, but it didn't matter because they were just able to come right back.
And now it's down to Seattle, right?
It is.
They've got so much time to catch up on. And even if they can't do it, right, they need to come within like a minute, maybe 2.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, even if you're at like 3 minutes in the time bank, 2 minutes in the time bank, there's not a big difference in the end. Especially when it comes down to the defense, it's usually being very solid on first points like this.
Right. All right, here we go. What are we going to see from both these teams? Goats v Goats, I'm not surprised.
Same thing.
Yeah, Raiden is running this
on the defense too.
On the defense.
Offense and defense.
We've seen this actually a lot. Or, well, not we, but in general, Mei is kind of a niche pick. But if you can make it work, then make it work for sure. And we saw Raiden, the amount of value he had on offense. So on defense here, what's he going to be trying to do?
He's going to be definitely walling off at the choke point. The choke point there is the most convenient spot, obviously. But you've also got one between the statue and the theater. You've got one on the other side of that statue as well. Basically, any time you can cut off Ahi from the remainder of the enemy team, you may have won the fight already.
Right.
And that's the win condition. Everything revolving around one player in this team game.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy a little bit, but
it just says how much presence he has.
Exactly. So it's up to WSU here, right? Can they shut Ahi down? Can they continue to shut Ahi down? This is good rotation from Seattle University here, right? They bypass. You're talking about the wall, right? And how they can cut them off. Well, they bypass those chokes, so they don't got to worry about being cut off here. And they're going to rotate through this back, I believe, near the clock tower. Or they're just going to hold up there for the time being.
I think they're just trying to use as many walls to their favor as opposed to Mei's favor as possible.
Oh, but there was a big sleep there, and there
Aloe takes
right away.
it.
Aloe Singer, right, was trying to body block there for his Reinhardt Clover, but it comes back to bite him, and he goes down himself. So this fight
Clover in trouble.
Seattle University's favor very, very quickly. Final does get DMAC, maybe a little bit of an overinvestment on his part. And Overwatch that actually goes down there to the Fire Strike from Clover. So this
and
fight
the freeze
swings back
on
around
Ahi.
the other direction. So it's like a clock, right? It swings in one direction, then it swings in the other. You think Seattle University takes that off the back of that first pick, but no, they don't. WSU is able to come right back in Final. They're just taunting him at this point, right? He's able to get back into his mech, but he cannot escape.
I suppose it's now a duel between Raid and Ahi, isn't it, at this point?
Right.
Usually it's a bait out between the two Reinhardts who can dance with their shatters and their shields. It's more an ice wall now. We're going to have Raid trying to sneak up with a Blizzard. He wants to pull another assassination.
Exactly, and a lot of ultimates are online here for WSU. I really don't see a situation where they lose this as the Shatter goes in.
Oh, he's hit it!
And they cut off Ahi as well from the rest of his team, who was just all knocked out in the backline. That is going to be another fight win for WSU. They're looking very clean. They have the momentum. The ball is in their court, and they're just making the most of it.
Now, not to count Seattle out, though. Ahi's got his Shatter. They've got
That's
all
true.
of their support ultimates, and they're soon going to have their tanks, too. Obviously there's plenty of ultimates on the field in general. Not a whole lot of them have been used, but a lot of them kind of negate each other. It's going to be a duel between the Reinhardts, but they've also got a Mei in the mix. It's almost a 2v1 for Ahi in this scenario. Not that he's unfamiliar with that scenario, given Gibraltar.
All right, well, we're going to see what they can do here. Wall comes out, tries to cut members off, but everyone's able to avoid it here as they rotate through this side. Seattle University taking the same approach they did on this first push. Hey, kind of worked for them last time. We'll see what they can do this time. Graviton Surge out, and now here comes the Blizzard. Final will eat that one up, though, so that is a big ultimate loss now. The charge comes in onto Muffin. The Graviton Surge was used before this, though, so he won't die with the ultimate, which would have been a big disaster. But Clover is able to refrag back out onto Ahir. But the thing is, the spawns are much, much closer for Seattle University. However, they're getting staggered now by Muerte Road as he finds Lambda, and Seattle University, they recognize they have to back out.
Ana hiding in the back there.
Yeah. Great
got
position.
a hidden Ana in the back.
Positioning, yeah. Look at this. He's just chilling out here, right? Who can contest
Oh, no!
They don't have a...
Run! Run!
Yeah, and Balak. Oh, can he get out? No, he can't. Muerte Road finds him.
He's been
boy.
discovered. Might have cursed him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Perhaps. Caster curse, right? It happens. He should have gotten a cardboard box and hit himself under that.
But we've got a few things now. We've got the self-destruct plus a Graviton. That's a team-winning combo if you do it right.
It is last fight. So Seattle University going to try to win this fight off of that. Can they do a shatter in the backline? Hollow Singer knocked down, but Blizzard out as well. Bomb there. Lansky is caught into that raid and able to avoid it. He ducks into the ice block in just the nick of time, but so many members already gone for Seattle University. They just can't take it. Well, 5 seconds left on the clock, and if Super Pie can touch,
there's Ahi,
it might be a different here. Ahi can't get it. Look at that. You got the players already high-fiving. No, you are not done yet. Do not high-five each other yet. Overtime is on the point. They have gotten one tick. Ahi's able to get there in the nick of time. Super Pie is down, though, so it's just Ahi here, and he goes down. WSU looking to clean this out very swiftly here, as it's just Lambda left on the point as he gets an a boosted shatter out, and that will be the
How
nail
is he
in
still
the coffin.
alive?
I don't understand. It's Brigitte, right? Who knows? There's a lot of things we don't understand. Overwatch Dead goes down, and look at that. It's not over yet. Super Pie manages to touch in just in a nick of time. OT burning down. It's Ahi now. They're just juggling these so very well, but
and
finally
he's frozen.
it goes
The
down.
ball is frozen. The match is over.
WSU, they're going to be your winners here. 2-1, little bit closer than we expected. Big props to Seattle University for taking that map off of them, but WSU will be the eventual victors here. Great play from them there on Kings Row. Full holding, too. Very impressive. We're going to watch this play of the game here from Muffin. Just moving in here, melting members down, right? This is what happens. Your Zarya doesn't even need to be high charge, right? She's just at 40 charge here. She's just finding the targets that they need and finishing them off so well. So, great stuff.
And so tomorrow, we're going to be having the third place match, a UW versus WSU match. That's a true Apple Cup sort of thing.
There you go, yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Between the Huskies and the Cougars.
And don't forget Western Washington staying at the top, too.
Yeah, that's true. Western Washington, they get the bye match, of course, and they will be playing in the finals, the grand finals, tomorrow.
But we're not done here yet, because we have Rocket League at the end of this. So stay tuned as the various schools here and some new ones go head-to-head in a new game after a short break. See you then.
Well, that's actually going to end things out for us here in the Overwatch stage. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming out here and supporting these teams. And once again, I was Rand. Joining me here was Artie. And we were your casters, and it was great to be able to come out here and cast these games for you guys. So thank you very much for showing up, and